AITA for not stepping in and taking my son's stepsister into my household. Have a son 15 with my ex. My relationship with ex ended when our son was 2, and my ex got married when our son was 5. Ex has a stepdaughter who is now 13, so she was 3 when my ex and her mom got married. On top of the 2 kids already in the household, they had 2 together, making 4 total between them. There has always been mentions of my ex's stepdaughter not being treated very well in the household. Ex's mom has mentioned it to me, and so have some of my son's friends who have witnessed incidents while my son was with his dad. I didn't see any of when he was first married. But there was a time during the conferences at our son and his stepdaughter's school that I noticed she wasn't spoken to very kindly by her mom or my ex. I had asked my son if he was ever spoken to like that, and he said no. They mostly don't say much to him when he's there unless they want him to do chores. He had his own complaints about how his dad never spent any time with him and how he wasn't really home very much, so he didn't get why he had to be there. But no being spoken to in such a cruel manner. I don't really know the stepdaughter's background or if her dad is around, and I didn't get involved. My son was given the choice to spend more time at one parent's house than the other. He just can't stop going to either house completely. He chose to spend more of his time with me. After 3 to 4 months of him deciding that my ex told me his stepdaughter wanted to come and live with me and would I take her. I said no, and I told him I didn't believe for a second that the girl is asking to live with a stranger. Then my son came home from visiting his dad's house, and he told me his stepsister had annoyed him all weekend, and that she thought she could live with us. Ex called a couple of days later and asked me if I believed it now and whether I wanted her or not. I said my answer was unchanged, and he should be working on making her happier there. He dismissed the idea. A week ago, I saw my ex's mom, and she mentioned that the girl was put in foster care. She said she knew ex had asked me to take the girl, and she didn't understand why I wouldn't when she and my son have lived as siblings most of their lives. I told her she was step-grandma, and she should have taken her if she cared so much. Ex's mom and I were always on good terms, so her unreasonably blaming me came as a surprise. She told me the difference is the girl wanted to live with me, and she'd been told all about that too. I walked away from her because I didn't want to fight or listen to more of her crap, but it did make me wonder if I did the wrong thing. I really don't feel responsible for this girl, but it doesn't mean I'm not TA either. I still could be, especially when I knew the household wasn't good for her. AITA,